Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for the collective. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also, know on this channel and all my channels, I like to dive deep within the reading. So, we do look at everything, but we take a lot more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play those karmic themes to help you understand why your person is doing what they're doing, why you're attracting that person into your life and how to shape shift the energy, because God knows we don't want to be bound to a person that keeps us stuck in a place of limitation, a place of fear. That keeps us bound to energies that are driven from fear. We don't want that. We want to be empowered, right? And if there are many different realities that play it at one time, why would we want to be living that reality, right? So understand you're the alchemist of your life. That's why we want to do these type of readings. Now, anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you can find in the description box, including the word of the video. You'll need that if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me. You'll also have to like the video, subscribe to the channel, all right? All important information is in there. So let's jump in and see what is the word of the video. Give the cards a good shuffle. Okay, the word of the video is diplomacy. Diplomacy. So I feel like there's a part of you that doesn't know how to handle the situation anymore. Like you're being connected to somebody for a really long time and you do have feelings for this person, but you just don't see them being on your vibration. You just don't see them ever like stepping it up to treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. So you're not going to treat them badly. It's like you're going to treat them kindly. And it's like with diplomacy, I feel like, which is kind of like respectfully. I don't want to even say it's like overly kindly because I feel like diplomatic is not being overly warm. It's just being respectful. So, and the reason why is because this person's coming into your life. I feel like the underlying energy is you're connected to somebody that doesn't know whether you want to hear from them or not, that doesn't know whether or not you hate them, whether you still want to like maybe like date them now, like that they can date you, where I feel like when you originally met this person, they played a lot of games, so they don't know. They've been in separation from you for a long time. So they're gonna try to like bump into you. They're gonna try to like either like reach out, do something to get a reaction because they can't figure out anything. They're like trying to stalk your Facebook, trying to stalk your Instagram, your social media accounts. They're trying to like figure out what is going on with you because they don't know. And so the curiosity, and there's a part of this person that I feel like they want to come back into your life. And there's a part of you that's like, I don't really know how I want to deal with them. And I feel like you don't know how to deal with them because you're like, you don't trust them. And I'm just going to leave it there because I'm feeling a lot just from this word diplomacy. Now let's see what this person did. Like I'm feeling like, you know that they want to come in to like, test the waters and you don't want to give them anything. Like, and you purposely don't want to give them anything because this person doesn't like to put in any effort. So they want to strategize and you want to make them stew. So again, like this person, like I said, wants to come in and to do like some over the top behavior to create drama for control. Again, they want to get a reaction. And this is how this person does things. So again, it's no different than when it was when you were actually talking to this person, that they create drama because they don't know really how you feel. I feel like you're not someone that's an overly expressive person when it comes to like your feelings either. Like you're not gonna just tell this person, oh yeah, I'm hot for you. I really like you, especially if they're not giving you anything, right? This person wants you to chase them. They want you to like let them know. And it's like, you're not doing that. So they're like, I don't really know whether you like me or not. But they're not willing to be transparent. They don't want to be honest. They still want to strategize because they want to get what they want, you know? And so for a long time, you've detached from this person. It's like you didn't just detach from this person. You've been detached from this person for a few months now. And they were in denial for a really long time because they were like, oh, no, you're just throwing a temper tantrum. It's again, they were ignoring your feelings. It's again figuring that maybe it'll just go away. You'll just again get tired of the fact that I'm not gonna like really give you any attention about that. And eventually you'll give up and you'll come back. This is what this person thought. It's like they had expectations that you were going to like reach out to them, that you were going to try to fix this. And I don't understand why they would think that you would fix something that they did. But there was a sense that if they like went cold on you for long periods of time, that eventually that you would be the one that fixed it, you know, because you wouldn't want to stay in separation. This is their ego. So what they did was they tried to make you feel like you were forgotten about. But it was so intentional, and that's the thing. So how you see it is that they were cruel, and they were cruel purposely. It's like they've been doing everything and everything to try and get a reaction out of you for a long time. And so, again, what this person does too is that they detach and disassociate because they have substances. They have a lot of unhealthy choices that makes them not be available or present for you in the relationship, and they don't really want to be. See, there's a sense of them being comfortable. Again, I want you to lower to my standard. They don't want to rise to your level. They want you come down to my level, and you weren't willing to do that. And so what happened was they didn't think you were going to detach from them. You did. You finally got tired of it, and you're like, you called their bluff. And so we got tired of, again, this person with this superficial thing acting like they don't care and then deliberately not giving you anything, trying to provoke a reaction, like just very immature, very immature, and like the relationship too difficult. Like, because it's again, this person, like, you always have to read between the lines. They're not transparent, you know, and that's the thing. There's always a feeling like you know that they want to be free, that they're unstable. Like to be in a relationship, you'd be unstable because they want to be free. They feel trapped in a relationship, and so what happens is the moment that they get bored in a relationship, their impulses to do things, and this person has addictive behavior. So they're not present, they're in a fog. There's fear of obligation that they're actually going to have to do something, you know, and that's the thing. So what's happened is they created a lot of barriers, and you know, at this point, it affected the passion within the connection for you because you're like, you know, it's too many things, like almost like where you're like, it's not like I didn't give this person a chance. You did. So I understand that's why this person can't just come in and, you know, be all passionate, you know, you get caught up in the passion, you don't know what's going on. No, this person's like, it's always turbulent. Because they need you to be consumed in them. Consumed. And then what they do is that they can't even show up for you because we're pulling it again. Addictions. Addictions. So this person only knows how to have a toxic love, like a trauma bond connection, which is, you know, the storms of love, always a conflict, like conflict is an opportunity to make up. Well, you know, we break up to make up. Like this is the only way that they know how to be. They create the excitement. This is someone that is full of toxic behavior, and again, can't just come in and sweep you off your feet. And you see, like wanting to like create like an entanglement. You know, that's it. That's what they're about. That they always have a looming agenda, and they have a looming agenda because they're very impulsive. They let their addictive behaviors run the show. What's really running the show is their trauma, unfortunately. So their way of having a real relationship is all about, ownership, expectations and ownership, but you're not allowed to have any expectation. So it's really a one-sided relationship. And so this is something that this person, for whatever reason, thought that you were going to put up with, you detached from, you're not going back. And this person is kind of like a little shocked about it, is what I feel. And there's a sense of them still trying to manipulate a way to come back. They just can't figure out a way to come back without looking stupid. And so they're not willing to do that. So again, they want to more or less create some sort of drama so that, hey, then you have to talk to them somehow. And this is how this person like navigates. And so if you're all caught up in that, you're not focused on where you're going, what you're doing, what you're creating. And that, again, this person hates the fact you're getting attention. Like it's again that you're showing a different perception, than what this person like wanted for you, has for you. Like it's again, I want to keep you in a place where you don't feel as good about yourself. If I'm treating you badly, right? It's all about control, and so it's very easy if they can just make you head over heels for them. It's not what happened because it's like it's part of them's delusional because they do drugs or they drink. So again, yes, there was a connection, but that connection was a long time ago, and this person doesn't want to like really look and see what they did to damage this connection. They just feel like, well, I just disappear for a while, check out, and when I come back, things will be different. And it's like that's not what's happening. So again, we have to see why you attracted this delusional person into your life and say it like that because it's like really. So we see card number one is naive. Abandonment is card number two. Card number three is rebellious. Card number four is lies and secrets. Then disassociation. I had a feeling that one was coming out. And then inner authority. So again, we always look at the inner child wounds to see why would you attract this person into your life? Like this person is like living a really a deluded reality. Like they don't make sense. But again, people that do drugs and drink, they don't remember a lot and they let their ego run the show. They're very like impulsive. So they're not emotionally intelligent. They suppress their emotions. They're trying to avoid the emotions. But meanwhile, if they embrace their emotions, really looked at their emotions, it would lead them to their healing. They don't want to do that. This person doesn't want to do that. It's like, no, you're the one that's going to change. And, the connection is what's going to make that possible. It's like they destroyed the connection already. So, and again, they destroyed it because, hey, they triggered a lot of your wounds that you had already. Like, first of all, lies and secrets. It's like telling people lies about you and then trying to keep you a secret. And now that you're getting attention, well, hey, that's again a little bit of a problem for this person. It's again the abandonment. This person tried to make you change by not being there, by saying, well, you know what? I'm going to punish you. You're not going to do what I want you to do. Well, then I'm not going to give you time. But the whole time thing is that this person doesn't really want to give you that. They have like a need to be free. And so they want to hold on to you, but they don't want to give you what you deserve. And so again, it's easier to make you believe that you're not worthy than it is for me to change. And I believe I can do that, but this person took it too far. See, you called their bluff. You're like, I see exactly what you're doing. It's like where this person was delusional. We saw it twice, not once. Addictions. There's only so many cards in a deck, and for us to pull it twice, that means that they're like a lot of the time checked out. But when we look at your wounds from your childhood, we see abandonment and to the point of like where, guess what? You disassociated, you detached. And so you weren't as present. So again, you tend to be a little naive where you say, well, I want to treat people the way that I want to be treated. I'm going to come in and I'm going to, you know, be kind and be whatever, where you don't realize that you're overgiving. Like you're not observing what the other person is doing. Like there are little telltale signs that a lot of times we ignore. And that could be, you know, um, they're not consistent. They say things that are mean that then they'll say, oh, I'm only kidding, or they'll do things that again, you clearly know that they are trying to suppress you or trying to manipulate you, trying to control you in the beginning of the relationship, again, is when our intuition is going to be at our best because we're not so caught up emotionally. This person wanting to build a strong emotional connection really fast but then not give you anything. So the moment that this person's words and actions weren't in alignment, because that's what it is, they're like, I'm banking on the fact that you feel the chemistry and that I'm going to, and that you're going to really believe every word that comes out of my mouth. That's no. Understand, Spirit says you have a gift of that inner authority is you have good intuition and you're nobody's fool. You don't, is it again that seem as rebellious is not that you're rebellious, is that you're not afraid to stand up for yourself. You might have been seen as rebellious. Oh, look, you're bad because you always got to be the squeaky wheel. You always got to wear it's again, you have to be true to yourself. And so that's actually a gift. However, if you're in an environment where every time that you are true to yourself, you get punished, like a person checks out, or they punish you by ignoring you and stonewalling you and, gaslighting you, like, which is what this person essentially did. They expected you to become all detached and focused on them and hurt and caught up in them. And that's not what happened. It's like what happened is that you called their bluff. And then Spirit says it was about you then jumping into a new reality, quantum jumping into a new reality. And that was first and foremost, it's showing that you have unshakable faith. It's again, and faith is the bridge that connects you to what you sow to what is reaped, meaning that you believe. This person tried to spiritually affect you by emotionally and psychologically gaslighting you to make you perceive that you weren't worth it, when meanwhile, they knew the whole time that you were. They were just being lazy. So, Spirit saying it's about you knowing that even if it hasn't manifested yet, that the universe hasn't forgotten about you, that you're being tested, your patience, your faith, and you have to stand on it again because brighter horizons are there. But don't stop envisioning a future that's filled with potential and opportunities. See your own genius. Don't don't let anyone make you perceive that you're less than or that you can't have, because there will always be people that do. And that's their reality. And that's because they're wounded. So it's like listening to a crazy person. Be true to yourself, Spirit's saying. It was time to alchemize that energy, to use the power to turn the adversity into opportunities to create the positive change. That's how we're the alchemists of our life. That's how we transmute that negative energy, where again, this person's trying to make people to perceive you and again wants to perceive you a certain way, where you're in charge of what you show people. And the truth always comes out. And understand it is going to be triggering for people that say, no, I perceived you as this. Doesn't matter. It's like they can perceive you as however, but understand people are going to see what's real. So again, and it shows because all these infinite possibilities and opportunities of a brighter horizon are right there for you, and everybody sees it. and this person sees it. And that's why they have mud on their face, and that's why they're not happy, and that's why they're like, have anxiety because it's like, well, now I see your worth, but they already did the damage to the connection, and that's their karma. We leave it off with one more message, and that is serenity. Spirit says, through love, release, and inner work, know peace. Have a gentle view of life and welcome every step with confidence. Remain brave in the face of fear and have the wisdom to let the universe do its work, but never lose that peace within inside of you. Peace of mind. Keep that serenity because that's when you're really going to be tapped into your intuition. That's when you're open to receiving. That's when, again, we're at ease. We're going to be open to the spiritual energies when we're, stressed out. And we get stressed out when we try to do the universe's work. Spirit says, let the universe do its work. It's like all you need to do is to continue to do what you've been doing, and the truth will come out. And unfortunately, for some, whoever didn't value you, and that's this person, they're going to see it. They're already seeing it. That's their karma. I'm going to leave that there. You let me know how you resonated, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.